You Africans, please listen to me as Africans. And you non-Africans, listen to me with open mind.
Picked for the Christmas time and stuff like that.
Okay. So right off the bat, we're gonna talk about this recent Gillette ad that came out. Gillette, for those that don't know, is a razor company. They put out an ad.
All the
ad,
men here got beards, so we do.
Yeah.
The beardless men might not know about it.
The ad has like over 20 million views on YouTube. Last time I checked, and that was like a few days ago.
Yes. It's probably doubled.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of views. It actually has twice as many likes as twice as many dislikes as likes. Yeah. So people hate it.
There's like a lot of men.
A million dislikes. Can you imagine how pissed you have to be to go on YouTube
dislike
and say,
video?
I'm going to dislike.
And it's not a video that is of
a million of them. Yeah. But basically, the ad talks about toxic masculinity, and they tried to shame like toxic masculinity.
Oh, where guys, let's the
stereotypical.
Yeah, the stereotypical toxic.
Male symbols.
Yeah. And basically in the ad, there are parts where you have like a guy about to holler at a girl,
and then his boy
holds him like no, I guess no cat calling. I guess. Like, there was another one where there were some two boys fighting, and the father ran to him. Children, we don't do that here or something. It was kind of corny. I mean, the message was that the stereotypical way that we look at what it means to be a man, that we need to rein that in. And I guess they ended with the tagline, "Is this the best a man can get?" But in that ad, there were some traditional aspects of masculinity that were in there that were I wouldn't say necessarily toxic, but just more like stereotypical, like annoying stuff. There was another one where they had it was like a comedy show was going on, and some guy went to his wife and like tried to touch her booty, and everyone was laughing and everyone was going ha 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 ha. It was weird. It was just like, why is this coming from a Gillette ad?
I liked it. I mean, I think it was just a strategic marketing thing for me. I really liked it. I don't think anything is wrong with it. I think the point of that commercial is that men should hold other men accountable. That's the point. That's what I saw out of it. Okay. And I really don't want to bring the whole idea of feminism into it. Like, I don't feel like a woman. I don't feel like a woman can hold a man accountable in certain situations.
That only man can.
In certain situations, for example, if another man is fighting his woman, right, and you want to bring a whole, can you imagine what it would be like if the old police force was a woman? Just imagine it, and then some man is fighting you, and he has a bunch of his friends, and the old police force women go make him accountable. I doubt that there will be any resolution in that. So I think the whole point was to.
I don't know, man.
Can you imagine like four men, masculine men, and 4 women?
Let's not use cops because you got weapons. So that
outside of that. I'm saying the point was to make women.
Someone on Twitter said this, and I thought they kind of made a point. They were like, "I'd like one sanitary pad company to do an advert calling out women for nagging, false rape accusations, paternity fraud, this person is really pissed, pregnancy fraud, prostitution, and infanticide. Then tell them to do better, since we are trying to be ignorant."
So that's kind of off topic. I don't see a real correlation.
I kind of feel like they were trying to correct, but they overcorrected. They went too far.
They went too far.
Like they went too far.
I said, okay, so my thing on this whole men stuff, I'm not really the whole, when somebody says, oh, all men are scum, and they start going, your father is a scum, I'm not a scum, I'm not really about that lifestyle. The one I did have a problem was man spreading. I just felt like everybody does it. So why are you calling it? Why are you making it specific? In this ad, it's going to things that's specific to men. So this is on topic.
But men actually do manspread.
Men manspread, yes, but women manspread too. No, I'm sorry, women manspread too. Women spread.
But that's a false comparison. Of course, women do it, but the ratio of men to women. Listen, I don't know how many
the ratio of men, but
Subway. You just see
yes, but then they make manspreading seem like you'd only do it to a woman. Also,
No,
that was also another thing. It's just that's why I feel like people. Okay, everybody just sits down.
But some people they called it a
microaggression from men. That was where I had a problem. It's like, why are you making it seem like I intentionally go and sit down and say I'm going to spread my legs?
Overcorrecting. It's a microaggression on men and women.
On men and women, yes. So that's why I was like, why don't we just make it?
That's what always happens. We see a problem in society
and we overcorrect.
We overcorrect.
Yeah.
But back to Gillette.
And then
So back to Gillette. So the ad, I didn't pay attention to the ad when I saw it. I just watched it and I was like, okay, cool, you know. But then people started getting mad, and I was like, what's going on? I don't think Gillette did anything wrong.
It wasn't a big deal.
It wasn't a big deal. It's like it's not as wrong as you 1 million people disliking it.
It's not.
You know, and there are arguments here today. You know, I recently someone was talking about. You know, I don't want to say too much, but someone was talking about something about. You know, like there's still men today that hold women to different standard if you've had sex with a certain number of people and stuff like that. So we still live in that world. And I was like, dude, we shouldn't still be living in that world. So same thing goes with this ad. It's just saying, no, when women do stuff or when stuff happens, it's always like, oh, she was dressing seductively. She was doing this. Women need to stop putting themselves in a situation. Well, yeah, you need both people to stop being in that situation. So as long as you're talking to women saying stop doing this, Gillette is saying also talk to men.
Here's my
saying,
thing.
Guys,
I think they
do
tried
better.
to pull a Nike. They tried to pull a Nike.
Yes.
They did try to pull a Nike.
The difference with Nikes was more empowering. They were trying to just say that.
It felt genuine.
It felt, yeah.
Yes, it felt genuine.
They took action on a real cause that has real change and real impact. These guys, they feel like they were taking advantage of a Me Too moment and piggybacking and then totally missing the mark. Like the CEO should have come out and made a statement or a speech.
It felt so like it was so too obvious.
Are you saying are you saying people that are angry are justified to be angry?
I think
they're putting too much energy into it.
It's too much energy.
And then what are they angry about? Are they angry about? It was just a crappy commercial. But
how about this? I think there's also prior to this, there's also been a wave of this anti-man speech that's been going on lately. So that was why people felt like there was a bit of a piling on. You know, in a way there were aspects of it where it was like they were trying to villainize men.
Being
almost.
a man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think
so that's where this commercial didn't help.
Yeah,
it didn't help, you know, because that's not the conversation we should be having.
No,
like the picture they painted is not, you know, it doesn't help the conversation at all.
But they still wonder because the whole point is to strike a conversation. Here we are having this conversation.
Exactly.
So
they did.
For
For
that,
that's true.
I commend them.
But the PR, it's been a nightmare though.
They did. People were boycotting
Gillette. More people hate it.
People were like,
than they like it.
You know,
but I think it will all boil down to sales.
So
we'll see what their sales is looking like.
But then again, Gillette, how are their sales doing in the first place?
But then we'll see how it's doing
now. That's why they did.
Any of you guys shave yourself using Gillette?
Now,
do any of you guys use? No, I don't. I don't own a Gillette product.
Actually, no, I don't. I wax.
I don't have a Gillette product, so I don't know. It doesn't affect me.
I'm not gonna go buy it.
I'm not. But so I don't think my own thing
look like you shave. Stop.
I don't even think it's that big of a deal like people are making it. I feel like if you don't like it, just move on. If you feel like you're being attacked, it's not like Gillette hasn't done anything for me where it's like
I feel there are other conversations.
There are other important conversations. Gillette is saying, okay,
a waste
of
space.
But that brings me to my next topic because that's what I was talking about. Just this idea of when people villainize men. But I've noticed, and this is our thread etiquette of today. I've noticed a particular trend on Twitter. These guys are guys that I consider to be
people villainize white men. Not men in general. It's white men.
Well, yes, specifically.
No, but
I know you're just messing around.
I was like, wait, but African Nigerian girls, where they talk about me.
It's the Pickme Boys.
Well, I don't blame them though. Yeah, Pickme, I hate them.
I'm sure you guys have heard of Pickme girls.
I hate
Pickme girls.
So I've never heard my first time.
Nice.
Pickme are people who pander towards. They want to present themselves in a way where it's like a dumb girl that
pick me.
Yeah, pick me. So it's like a girl comes out and says
like always signaling.
I don't have to put. She posts a picture and put a caption like, I cook, I clean. You know, I don't have to be naked to show how beautiful I am. Shut the fuck up.
So it's another way of a thirst trap.
Yes.
But trying to pander towards men,
like trying to project moral values.
Moral values.
or trying to project things that they think
is morally right. Men want women,
and this is for Pickme girls.
That's Pickme.
So that's Pickme girls.
So the girl comes out.
They post stuff on Twitter, right?
With captions about.
They can say stuff like, I love to cook so much. I love to cook,
but I don't go to the club.
Here's the thing. I don't mind people that put themselves out there that talk about things that they want.
So then what happens to people that don't cook?
Be able to cook.
No, but what if you can't cook?
You say you like to cook. So.
Yes, that first and foremost.
Let's commit to the
my own is it's when you down
other people, yes. Yeah. That's the problem we always feel. We always feel like for me to get ahead, I have to step on you.
So the ones that I have a problem with is the ones that come out and say, all these girls that can't even cook.
They want to say yes.
I don't
use a caption like.
Okay, but what if I don't really think
use a caption like I don't have to be naked to show my beauty. You're throwing shit at people.
Yeah, it's almost like you're trying to throw shit at people.
Look at your.
Well, that's just
passive.
Passive. So that to me,
it's aggressive.
That's the one I'm like, guys, post your. So people reply and say, post your picture and go. The same way they used to do it to the girls who post the thirst traps and be like, you put some caption that doesn't make sense. They're like, look, just post your picture.
But you guys get the idea. I don't want to spend too long on it. But I really want to talk about Pickme Boys.
Oh my God, so disgusting.
Yes.
So these are the guys.
I'm late to the game.
So with this new wave of feminism and basically men bashing. Every day you go on Twitter, it's like men are scum, men are this. It doesn't bother me anymore. Like I'm over it. I'm just like it's Twitter. Twitter will do Twitter things.
It is what it is.
But then you have these guys that they want to project to these feminists, right? And I guess they want to get their approval. So what they do is they go online and they talk about how trash men are. These are guys are like bashing themselves.
Yeah. Oh my God, I can't believe he did that.
These guys, and they go on there on Twitter and
reply.
This is real, right?
It's the worst thing ever, man.
So let me give you like
you guys.
I'm going to make a hypothetical situation. So let's say a girl tweets about how, I went on this date and I ended up. It was the worst date ever. He just kept talking about his ex, and he was like liking girls' pictures on Instagram. You see someone say, "Wow, what on a date? He really did that to you? Like, what's going on with men today? Like, you have a beautiful woman in front of you. Like,
our
why don't
beautiful queens,
like our beautiful queens? You see, and this one, like, guys, shut the fuck up, man. Like, this are the kind of things they do. They try to come in and pander towards this women in the direction of pick me too, and it's just the same thing.
And you know what? You know what about the thing about these guys is
they're the worst of the worst though.
Even when they end up with these girls, right?
They'll do worse.
Here's what's gonna happen. It's always one of two things. They'll get tired of pretending.
Yeah.
They'll get tired of this. You know what I'm saying? It's either that.
It's a charade. It's hard to keep up an act.
It's hard to keep up.
It's a charade. Yeah.
Either that or the girls will get sick of them. Like, who's this?
Yeah, guy. It's a charade. Man.
Yeah,
or maybe a few of these guys are really like that and.
It could be that too. But you know what? Even if it's that, don't down other people to elevate yourself. I think that's really
I completely agree.
Especially
with
whenever they generalize on men.
In life in general, when you're looking at what other people are doing, then you're not even living your best life. Like why are you worried about?
We spend so much time doing that shit.
And that's also introspective on us. Like if somebody is bothered about this person's conversation, I'm like that's on you. I'm like, it shouldn't.
It is.
Like, it's not cool, but I'm like, I don't know where you are in your life's journey that you have a problem with men. Like, not all men are bad. And when I hear that, I don't feel like they're talking about me or anybody that
I never feel.
I don't like talking about anybody that I know. It's not cool. It's not nice.
I can even understand when some women say it because maybe they might have gone through certain
real experience
from the perspective of their, of their gender. But it's when guys pretty much self-bash, like self-hate.
I wish I could.
And then talk in general terms about men. It's like, what
the
fuck
is
wrong?
No,
overcorrecting.
But it depends.
Who are you trying to impress?
No, but you do know when a guy is trying. You know when a guy is pretending.
You can always tell.
Like you can always. I know maybe you might, but for us we can always tell.
A stupid person. Sorry.
Yeah, you know when a guy is pretending to be interested in everything you like.
They're lost.
Exactly. Yes, they're lost. Yeah. You know when a guy pretends to be interested in everything you like, just so you can give him attention. That's just what it is. Basically, it's like you're pretending to be this person you think this quote unquote online feminism wants you to be. and you're not really about that lifestyle. Just because you want to slide in the DM or you want to fuck, whatever, but you're pretending it's like, guy, I'll find out. So that's the real Pickme guy.
They're constantly apologizing for their manhood.
You see, I've seen it so many times. I apologize on behalf of all men out there.
Shut the
guys, shut up, man.
Anyways, but that brings me to my next topic.
You're like, I have nothing to apologize for. Apologize for
yourself. For yourself.
Address your own issue.
Address your issue. Why you don't? What my did I do?
That brings me to my next segment. It's called Mr. Lover.
Wait, there's a song about that, right? Okay, yes. I think I heard it.
So you thought I came up with it?
Oh yeah.
He's jacking shit.
Mr. Lover segment of today, we're going to talk about masculinity within or in relationships and in dating. This topic, of course, it's similar to what we were just talking about earlier with the whole toxic masculinity thing. My first question actually is, do women really want men with no strong masculine traits? Because the narrative so far has been that the men need to rein in some of their, manly instincts because it's abusive to women. That's been the narrative so far.
Actually, no. I think what it is due to history and the way we've been raised as men and women.
Yes.
Like, we've been cast into certain roles that boys are like this, girls are like this. There's pinks, there's blues. Where the conversation should be right now, the conversation that we should be having right now is like, let's let children be children. Like, if a boy likes a doll, that's okay. If a girl likes, don't tell your son it's not okay to cry. Like, if he allow men to feel emotion. And this is very real. So, for example, I had an experience in New York subway. Swiped my thing. I got stopped by the cops. And this happens a few times. I was upset. I was pissed. I was going for an appointment. I was crying on the platform. I'm like, they take you to the officers. They stop you. They interrogate you, and you've done nothing wrong. It looks like you used somebody else's Metro card. So you can tell that they are profiling men of color at the time when they get out of school. So I'm upset. I get to my hair person and I'm sitting there and I'm boiling and I'm just like trying to let it go. I'm like, these people are not going to shift your day. They like, you can do better. Like, and I'm having an awareness that I'm thankful to be raised in a place where I've been allowed to be able to feel my emotions. Your average man of color here in the United States, or you're not allowed to feel anything. It builds up. So I'm sitting there and I start to talk, and my hair person's like, "What's wrong with you?" And I start speaking, and I start telling her what happened on the stuff. And she's like, "Oh, my brother, please don't cry. You're gonna make me sad." And I was like, "No." I'm like, "Let me feel this." I'm like, "This is not a bad thing."
You need to get it out.
I'm upset. We need to encourage our men of color.
Do you know that men
let things out because
have the highest rate of suicides?
Because it comes out. It comes out in many different ways.
It manifests itself
because you're told to keep it in as a man.
So that's the vision of toxic masculinity. That's just one small example. Is to let men feel whatever it is you need to feel. But when you're raised in this is the way you think of football beer. Again, it's not malicious. It's not malicious. It's a conversation that we're aware now. We need to have it, and we need to evolve as a people and as a group.
So for me, when I think of masculinity and feminine, I don't think of neither man or woman. I really care about that. I don't think of heterosexual, homosexual, whatever. When I think of masculinity or feminism, right, I feel like if you have two guys in a relationship, right, one has to be in their masculine energy, and the other person has to be in their feminine energy for it to work. Right? And if you're in a relationship, if you're a boy and a girl, then one person, I don't care if it's the woman or the man, one person has to be in the
have that.
Yes.
So you're saying one person has to wear one person has to wear the wait, are you saying one person has to wear the pants in a relationship?
So that's disrespectful. I really find that to be
no, because that's I mean, I was gonna ask sorry, cut you. I was gonna ask what, because I feel like that's what I was trying to address what you're trying to say, because you said someone has to have the masculine
have to be in their masculine energy.
I don't feminine. So what is masculine energy? What's feminine energy?
To me, masculine energy is like when you're in your feminine energy, you're more caring. You're more.
But that's what we're talking about.
More emotional.
So you're making
more emotion. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter as a man.
So you're saying a man can have feminine energy,
right?
But would you feel sorry? But here's the thing.
Saying, right?
Do you think a man that's a problem?
I don't care if you.
A straight man might not in this today's world might not be happy to hear he has feminine energy.
No. Wale. I'll explain to you.
Okay, explain. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to understand. Explain.
All right, so what you're saying, you're thinking man, masculine, woman.
Oh, so you're not.
That's not what I'm saying.
She's not thinking about that.
I'm saying because sex to me is when I say sex, like a man, woman, those like
gender.
what you gender is not really something
gender
that I care
fluid.
about, right?
Okay, so the label, you're just using the name.
Right.
You're
so
not really.
When I think, that's my opinion, right? I'm saying like when I'm thinking about a man, I'm not thinking about masculine to the man,
Gotcha.
right? And when I think about a woman, I'm
that's
not.
why I was like,
really,
you saying it's someone.
Yeah.
So I just want to be clear. You give an example, like let's say there's two guys in a relationship. You feel like
one has
it
to.
makes
One
sense
still
that
has
one
to
has
work.
energy, one has to have
right, so that they can have this.
Now, here's the conversation
Like
with
yin and
toxic
yang.
masculinity is like
When you're
we're
saying,
not made like that. We're not built like that. It's not one or the other. As a 40-year-old man, I know I have masculine and feminine energy, and I've learned to embrace it all.
Yes.
Exactly.
You know, so you being a full evolved person means that you accept every part of you, and if that means you're on the high spectrum of all masculine, that's good. But don't deny yourself any kind of emotion. And again, it's not necessarily crying. It could be caring. It could be liking a certain color.
Just like
that
in an
think
argument.
that men, you're not supposed to like yellow or pink. You can be a straight man and like pink and know that it's okay too. You know, so it's just teaching.
Oh shit, I look good in pink, man.
Exactly. So that's where somebody will consider that feminine, but it really isn't, because it's whatever.
If you're confident in yourself,
exactly. So whatever you're assigned to it.
it
So
don't
assign any kind of, don't assign necessarily masculine, feminine, and that's the better world in which we want to raise our kids, because then you allow people to be their true selves. And as a young person, you don't have this internal conflict of,
I agree.
This is how I feel inside, and I'm being told this.
Sorry, I agree, and I think your own is do not prohibit those things.
Allow
when it happens.
But
like, I'll give you an
and
example.
That's the same thing I'm saying.
Yeah, and that's the same she's saying.
Right.
But like in Scandinavian countries, right? This thing I saw on YouTube.
God, they're so happy there.
Yeah, but did you see this thing where they had these kids, right, from when they were very little, because they wanted to, I guess, counter this toxic masculinity issue, right? And they had little boys in kindergarten, and they would separate the boys from the girls, and they would give the boys like dolls to like make sure, like try to like get them comfortable, almost like they are forcing it on them.
Yeah.
What do you think about that kind of social experiment?
That's not cool. That's not okay. That is a social experiment. The fact that they separated them from the girls, and
that's already a problem.
Like that's already a problem. Like period, end of story.
And I think that's what some people are kind of struggling with. They feel like that's what's going on. Like they're trying to like force for certain behaviors.
Got it.
And then what they're doing is, like I said, they're villainizing certain behaviors that they might not necessarily be toxic, but like it's almost like they're shitting on certain like aggressive things that people do. That people do, where it's like sometimes it's not always to be abusive.
But sometimes I know for me, sometimes I want to be controlled, and I need a more masculine person in my life. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a man. It could be a woman. It could be anybody. Sometimes we need control.
And you just need that energy.
Right,
but that's you as an individual.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
We're so different as people. People want different
things. Even in arguments, somebody has to back down. Or you guys are both not going to go in. And that's what I mean when I say masculine and feminine energy. Like one person has to just relax for things to work.
So let me ask you something. So like, how about in the arena of dating, for instance? So in that Gillette video, there was one part where this guy wanted to shoot a shot with a girl on the street. She was walking past. She wanted to shoot a shot. Now, we know that in dating, for the most part, a guy is the one that pursues, right? Correct. For the most part, most times,
according to society,
and a lot of girls actually want to be pursued.
A girl would like you.
Girls
want you to
like
put the
being
work.
pursued.
Some girls would like you, but want you to put the work.
Let's face it, there are a lot of marriages that have started off of someone catcalling. I'm not saying it's a good thing to catcall women, but they're married. They're unions that have started off of a guy taking a shot with a girl, a random girl, anywhere. Things and saying things that, in today's world, they would say, "Oh, you're invading her space. You're this, you're that." And like I said, in that Gillette ad, this girl was walking past, and it was like the guy wanted to go and like say something to her, and the boy said stop. So and it was like Gillette was trying to tell us
that part. I didn't
we cannot shoot. You know what I'm saying? Like
that part didn't make sense to me. It didn't offend me. It just didn't make sense to me because it's not like he was catcalling her. He just was trying to go talk to her, but I guess
that was dumb. Like
it was.
You don't even know the guy's intent.
We don't know his intent.
So you've already shut
the only
down
time
this is where they
missed the mark.
So
overcorrecting.
They're overcorrecting in that place. Yeah, you know, because my take on where that would be only acceptable is if you know that that guy was going to go do something to her, and his boys
they've already assigned
intent. Yes.
Yeah, you know,
and you don't know intent. You don't know intent already. So that part didn't make sense to me. In the commercial, it was like, you know, alpha, you know, but I guess.
Yeah. So I guess my question is, if people are saying that you guys can't just approach women in public, you know, there are even people that say that when guys end up in a girl's DMs, that's like a form of microaggression. Like, are we all agreeing that that's definitely not?
But wait, when is it the right time to approach a woman? Is what I need to know.
Guys, I think this is a general. So this is a conversation that happens everywhere.
Open for business.
But I think ultimately it's a general conversation. Like, you as an individual, like, you know who you are as a man, if I know that I'm doing the best and I don't speak inappropriately to women, I'm not going to change anything. I'm going to do a temperature check with the people around me, my sisters, my grandmother, like, let me know if I'm overstepping, and then I'll continue business as usual. Like, there are many good guys out there that don't have a problem talking and engaging with women, and there are people that do have a problem.
Yeah, they're not as charismatic.
You know, like people,
they don't have.
And this is where there are so many forums of dating. You know, you can go to the bar, you can do online dating, you can take it slow, you can get to know somebody for a month, and it's safe, and you can have that conversation before you meet them. You know, but I guess in my world, I don't see this as a problem.
I think the message they should push is learn to know when to stop or back off.
The thing is,
not when to approach,
because some girls say is that some girls say we get too aggressive in our pursuit.
That's what I'm like. So if you go say hi to a girl and she doesn't want to talk to you,
but that depends on the woman.
Guys, what we have to understand is women have been going through this microaggression for years that it hasn't been addressed, where women feel like they don't have a voice to speak up. So we need to be able to listen to them in this moment. Like, they've been on the other end of this, where it's not like men were doing things badly intentionally. It's just the norm. It's just society. It's the way it was. Yeah. And a few men took advantage of that and took it too far. Women live in an unsafe space. Women have always had to walk around and always adjust and look around.
Of course.
Women, that's their existence, and there's nothing wrong with that. Okay. But it's knowing that they exist in this world now. We need to realize that if a woman flinches when somebody walks too close to her, it's not you personally. It's just the fact that it's many experiences that she's gone through. Or if you're at a bar and a girl shuts you down, imagine how many people asked her for her number before you got a, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the world that they live in.
So wait, Laura, I'm curious. So you're about to say something. So what do you think about this? Because you are the only woman here on this panel. And
my stance is still the same.
In terms of if a guy approaching you, what's your preference?
I think it's situational, and I think that's what I got from what he's saying. It's situational because if, for example, that same girl that you said a guy walked up and she said no, we don't know if she said yes to the first guy. And that's why she's saying everything is situational. You don't know if the girl was abused and now you're saying hi and she's flinching. We don't know. Everything is situational. For me personally, I like a masculine man.
So like a dominant.
I like a dominant man. That's just what I like. Yeah, there's sometimes when I do want that soft. It's situational.
So that's why I said we shouldn't be teaching. So don't talk, but we should let you know that the moment you walk to the girl and say hey, and she's like, sorry, I'm not interested, just back off.
We should be encouraging a conversation.
Encourage a conversation,
because this is where, again, when you raise boys, like, girls talk. People say guys don't talk, men don't talk. My brothers, we talk. We're men, and we talk about things, and we should encourage boys to talk and engage with girls, because it's been accepted that girls talk about their feelings and guys are like, but we should encourage dialogue between